Yo, yo, my sovereigns, what up? This is Boba Fett, uncensored on the internet, with episode 125 of Splinterlands 101. Joining us on the show once again, the finest gentleman who ever lived, Matt Clark.
Howdy, howdy.
The man behind the Pouffet Poussey, Geotrix.
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody. We got the profile view today, mate. What's going on?
Yes, I don't have the camera that I usually have, and that'll be back next time anyway. So yeah,
Right.
It's just for now. It's temporary.
Temporary. All right. Well, I guess people get to see another side of you in this episode.
Yes, they do. The nose. That's what they
Well,
get to see.
We'll call this episode The Other Side of Geo.
The left side.
So what's new with everyone? I've got 8 Gladius packs to open today, and as we are recording this, there's still 1 day to go for end of season. So I'll be spending some glint on the next episode. And Gio, are you going to be able to hold on to your glint for a week? Is that doable or?
I think I'm going to be busy these upcoming days. So yeah, I reckon I can do it. Till next maybe weekend. Are we going to record now or?
Whenever. So I guess we're gonna have to. I'll change the thumbnail every Saturday instead of every Friday. So yeah, Gio's got himself a job, so we can no longer record our episodes on Fridays. Well, it's Thursday night for me here in Mexico. Friday morning for the boys. So yeah,
it's been a long time anyway. You know, I've had it.
So Gio,
I've had the luxury.
Change for you. Have you noticed your behaviour change now that you guys have been given a minister for men's behaviour change? Is that led to changed behaviour at your end?
Is that an Australian thing?
Yeah, disgusting.
Tell me about it. This is news for me.
I thought you were joking, Matt.
No. Your Premier, Jacinda Allen, has
in Victoria
established a new role. The minister, I think it's the minister for men's behaviour change, because it's all us, right? It's all men that are the problem. Yeah. So I mean, not any specific colour of man. You know, don't look
just
too closely
men.
At the screen.
It's just men.
Not any cultural, just men. So
yeah.
There's men's behaviour change. I guess they didn't want to say men's behaviour improvement. Men's behaviour change. So
climate change.
Yeah, it's been shared worldwide. So Australia's an embarrassment again.
I'll tell you what it is. It's a way to create more funding mechanisms from the taxpayers to keep another program that the government makes up and appoints to someone just to keep the money ongoing, like the job seeker stuff, like everything that literally comes out of the government, like anything. It's just always there just to take more off the people. That's all.
Yeah, it's just a parasite on the host.
Yeah.
The host is the country, the government is the parasite, and it just grows and grows at the expense of the host. Yeah.
Yeah. And they get very little done, but they expect maximum pay and funding. Yeah. It's I mean, who needs it? I mean,
yeah, it's like the response to the whole coronavirus thing. As soon as the governments of the world said, hey, this is a problem we need to tackle, this is our responsibility, that's when I knew it wasn't actually a problem, because they don't pick fights they're going to lose, right?
Yeah.
They only pick fights they know they can win. And so like this, it's like, oh, well, we're going to improve men's behaviour. It just means that men's behaviour isn't actually really a problem, right? Because they don't want to be, we don't have the minister for fixing homelessness, right? Because, that's too hard, but that's not our responsibility. But I mean, responsibility and authority, the Australian man has never had less authority in the history of Australia, right?
Then now, yeah.
And yet the less authority we have, the more responsibility we're given for everything. This is all your fault. No, you don't get to do anything. We don't even want to hear from you. You get no power, you get no authority, but everything that goes wrong is all your fault.
Yeah.
But if you say, hey, why don't we do it this way? Oh, you're mansplaining now. No, we're just ignoring you, shutting you down, elevating women specifically to positions of power and influence, giving them all the authority. And yet, why are we the whipping boy then? Show me how I'm in charge of violence against women, and then I'll show you how I'm responsible for violence against women. You don't get to hold me responsible for something after completely destroying all my authority in that sphere and in that realm. It's like holding submarine captains responsible for airline disasters. It's like, well, no, you're not up in the plane steering the ship anymore. You've had your position taken away. It's not, you can't be held responsible for things you're not in charge of. And so just it beggars belief that that we are literally less in charge of anything than we've ever been in history, and now we're getting blamed for stuff.
But that's the funny thing, right? It's actually men on the top who are disempowering on purpose the men on the bottom by putting women on top of just the normal class, right?
Yeah.
But the ones who they're still getting directives from men in the end, which is which is the hypocrisy, right? Because the elites, most of them are, or majority, probably men. I mean, let's be real. I mean, they're the ones who are still in control of business at the end of the day. But it's just the normal working class, blue collar, is it? Just normal mid, the mid class who works well. They're the ones who these laws apply to, right? Like, you're the cancer, you're the cancer. It's like, oh, I don't know. Like,
So what do you guys got to say for yourself?
Yeah, exactly.
Get your act together.
Like Matt said, I think they're creating problems that don't need, that there were no problems there before. They create problems for us to, I don't know. I don't know why they're doing that. To what is it, to like separate and to cause more confusion? Just I don't know.
Probably right the first time. Just another way to make more money.
Yeah. It probably has multiple purposes, huh? You can fund something that, well, never needed funding. You just create a problem, fund it, and cause more division between family, the family unit, because they don't want strong families, right? Because strong families know their worth, they know their rights, and you don't want that if you're Australian, right? I mean, if you're an overarching sort of ruler or dictator, you don't want that. You want weaker minded people who are more twisted, confused.
An authoritative man who's in charge of his household and his family and his kids, that gives them all a sense of security. And how do you scare somebody who's got a sense of security at home, right? How do you freak them out by putting scary things on the news, constantly telling them they're doomed, climate change is coming, and then you do work on them to get just high-strung fear, and then they go home and there's a safe, warm, loving environment to reassure them. That's totally counterproductive.
Yeah, you can't have that. You can't have that. No.
I'm just picturing you at the mushroom farm, elbow deep in shit, looking around saying, what am I responsible for today? What new outrage have I committed? Right? Like, I'm just here for the food of my family.
Oh shit.
Touching briefly there on like you mentioned that from the COVID, I don't know if you guys have seen this one yet.
Yeah.
No wonder they want to remove. Oh, have you heard that one? Apple in the next update are removing the clown face emoji. Because what's the clown face getting used for, like, mostly nowadays?
Memes. It's memeing. It's memeing. They've been ruined by a single picture.
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna say, I've said this before, the clown face, like when you get clowned on, it hurts more than words. Like I understand why they want to get rid of it, because it cuts deep. It cuts deep, the clown.
Lovely. So so we've been talking, and I'll just throw this out there now. We've been talking about some of the salt that goes on in Mavs, some of the people throwing their hands up in the air and saying, look, this is it, I'm out. I've been here, I've tried, I've I've hoped, I've dreamed, but that's it. I'm selling up and walking. And I think we want to hear from those people. So we don't want this to be a cult. We're not just blind cheerleaders, hurrah, hurrah. We want to
No.
put down the pom-poms and say, hey, talk to us. Come and talk to us. We might try to convince you to stay. We probably, we'll obviously respect your wishes, and they're your keys, right? You do what you like. But I really feel like that's missing in the podcast space for Splinterlands, is to hear from the people who are leaving. And it is part of the life cycle, right? It's part of the life cycle of the game. The whole point that we all came for was you arrive, you do some stuff, you play, you have fun, and when it's time to go move on, you've hopefully got some assets that you can sell up or throw on the rental market, or whatever you want to do with them. And I think we need to, rather than sort of say, well, there's people leaving, let's just not focus on that. I think no, let's focus on that. It is part of the life cycle of the game. It is part of the seasonal nature of it all. And I think we should be embracing that and talking to the people who've decided that their time with the game is over. And so, look, I'm throwing out the invitation now. You are watching this and you've decided that you're going to leave the game. Hit us up in Discord. We'd love to have you on. We'd love to hear where you think the game's gone wrong, where you think the game went right, what you think would have convinced you to stay and continue to play for longer. Do you feel like the game hasn't been the same since Aggie left? What sort of feelings, vibes, what informs your decision? Or is it just completely outside influences? Mum needs a kidney. I'm just going to have to tell everything up, but I'm really glad that I've got the capacity to do that, right? So let us know. I'd love to hear from those guests. I'd also like for that to be a kind of a send-off for them, where they know that the community doesn't necessarily shun people who decide to leave, that there's still a place for you here, even if you don't have any assets, even if you're just a player who was once a bigger player than they are now. That's fine too, right? Like we're not about shunning people and okay, well, don't let the door hit you on the way out. It's like legitimately, this is a good place to be. If you've decided otherwise, let's hear from you. And let's, like Bob said, we might pick up some patterns. We might discern some stuff. Same reason they do exit interviews for jobs, right? What went on? What we have done better. So yeah, we'd love to hear from you. If you're not sure if I'm talking about you, I am. If you're thinking, really, does he mean me? I do mean you. Hit us up in Discord. We'll have you on the show.
Sounds good. Yeah. And Gio, do you have a light source that you can put in front of you? Because yeah, that's better.
I'm sorry, I don't shine bright enough from within, Bob. But
There's this dark shadow, and
it's just the shitty camera that's on here.
But when you leaned forward, it was good. You were in the light.
Yeah, it's because it's closer to me, but I can't get that close to the laptop.
All right.
So for some reason, it's
So you can just be a shadow Sith Lord for this episode.
Yeah, if anything, maybe the light facing me. I know, like right here, I'm close enough, but the moment I get back, I guess it's better. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah. All right. Come into the light. So, what's new in the game? I hear that you're actually selling all your flesh golems, Matt.
No, that's not happening. I've got another one on the way. It's been an expensive exercise, but they don't come up on the market very often. And so, yeah, people know to tap me on the shoulder if they've picked up a fleshy in a big sort of, they've got a bulk discount from somebody who's leaving the game maybe, and they've bought a whole collection. Rather than listing the fleshies, often I'll get a tap on the shoulder, and they never actually hit the market. So
it's only the alpha ones you collect, isn't it?
Only alpha, yeah. I don't touch the beta ones, and I kind of like that because it means that I'm not causing anyone really to suffer a flesh golem shortage as far as gameplay goes, right? Because if you want one, you can just get a beta and you can just play that and has all the same stats. So
Yeah.
I kind of like that I'm getting to hoard the specific alpha ones, but unless we're talking alpha tournaments and alpha phrase, where obviously you'd need to buy one, you're bidding against me. But yeah, so the beta ones I've not touched. I don't think I have a single beta.
Yeah. So it gives it an opportunity as well for a Matt Clark wannabe to start scooping up all the beta Flesh Golems.
Matt Clark B.
Matt B. Clark.
Matt B. Clark.
I was talking to a guy last night, and he showed me his collection, and yeah, there's a guy. There's a lot of guys stacking bulk amounts of a particular card, like bulk.
Well, it's like
10%
Killer
of the
Dragon that we had on
card.
the show with the Pelicore Bandits. Like,
Yeah, so
when he showed us his collection, I was like, "Whoa, that's a lot."
do you remember? Do you remember how many he had? How many Max Bellicle Bandits he had?
I don't remember. All I remember is being astounded by.
It was pages.
Yeah,
and pages.
it's more now. The guy is an absolute machine, and he's just one of many people that I've heard of who are taking this opportunity to stack cards en masse in bulk. We're talking 100,000 plus BCX of a specific card.
Wow, and it is such a good card too.
Yeah. And again, he's one of many guys that are just taking this opportunity while prices are low. I'm just going to throw in another few $100 into the game and go and grab up another 15,000 copies of this card or another 20,000 copies of this card.
Yeah.
The prices are ridiculous, and it's like we right now are in the golden age. Because the golden age never feels like the golden age while it's happening. It's only afterwards when you look back and go, "Wow, crap, that was the golden age. It was just gold just lying on the ground, and all you had to do was just bend down and pick it up." And, people were leaving in disgust instead. So, so that's kind of blown me away talking to him last night, because he really does have a lot of cool bandits. And again, he's one of many. So, I'd like to think I started the trend, but ultimately, I mean, not a novel idea to corner a specific card. I'm sure other people have come up with the idea themselves as well. I know Cryptomancer was stacking the cubes, the gelatinous cubes, and there's a few people stacking Heatsmiths. So yeah, it's a fun little aside, and I still think that there should be room for avatars where if you own more than 1% of a particular supply of a particular card, you should be able to use that card as your avatar, right?
Yeah.
In the game.
That'd be super cool.
Just a little brag. Where I come up against somebody and his actual avatar is Yoden Zaku, then it's like, wow, okay, this guy has more than 1% of Yoden Zaku. That's nuts, right? So that I think would be cool.
Yeah. And remember back when we were actually talking on the show when these cards were like less than 1 cent each, and we're saying one day, right, if you don't know, this is the best time to be scooping these cards up. One day they're going to start, the supply is going to run out, they're going to start going up. Well, we're already in that one day. Like, we're not in the bull run, we're not at the top of the bull run, there's nothing dramatic, but you can't scoop them up anymore for less than 1 cent.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And
there's guys out there with a long-term view who are committed to being in this game for the next 10 years, who are stockpiling cards, nobody's business right now, because this is the perfect time to do it.
So if you weren't the Flesh Golem guy,
and it's still.
Go on, Gio.
No, I just said there's still like a lot of buying in the market, a fair bit. I think it's maybe 20K a day. I think there's buying and selling going. I think that's how much. Yeah. Wait, where do you look at that? How do you check?
There'd have to be a way on Peak Monsters. Like, you can do just about anything on Peak Monsters.
Yeah, I tried looking. I just couldn't find it.
I think that the market page on Splinterlands gives you a number of daily results, sales in the last 24 hours, that type of thing, activity.
11,407. Okay, so it's dropped quite significantly from where it was.
You want to share your screen, Gio?
Just go to the market on Splinterlands, and it's right there, top right-hand corner.
Yeah, show us.
All
Show
right,
us all. Let's look at the
Yeah,
stats. And while he's doing that, now Matt, if you weren't the Flesh Golem guy, what would you be stacking at the moment?
I really like the Pellicle Conjurer. I've slowed down a bit now on stacking him, but max level gold foil Pellicle Conjurers, I think, are such an incredible card, particularly now that we've got weapons training. I feel like that's an undervalued for 2 mana. It just seems like a really top quality card. So I'd probably, if I wasn't so focused on flashies, I would be pushing hard. I think I got like 30 max gold for Pellicle Conjurers. And I'd like to get up to 100, for example, right? Because that is such a great card, and I think weapons training, gives it a whole new lease of life too.
Yeah. So that's another reason why, when we're looking at Glint, and Geo says, sell your spares, burn them for Glint type thing. A card at the moment that doesn't have such great value, all it takes is something like that. Weapons training, and then boom. This Pellicle Conjurer now just has a whole new lease of life for the attacking, or with even the cube. Cards that just had a very, very specific rule set for scavenging or something like that. Now they're attacking as well. It just takes one little change like that in a rule set, and it just changes the meta, and suddenly a random card becomes super valuable. That's why I just can't.
It can happen. It can happen, but the soulbounds are going to be released for a DEC cost. So they're not nearly as valuable as previous reward cards, or maybe more, or maybe they're more valuable because there's less of them. It depends who's going to buy, and if the market's healthy, then you're probably going to get that price. But maybe at the moment, while things are low, it might be a hard bargain to sell like something for like, multiple of hundreds of dollars, right? But maybe in the future, when there's less of them, and that is a rare card with due to a new rule set that really like, oh, we need this, and everyone jumps on it like FOMO, and then maybe you'll get that price. But just at the moment, maybe waiting on it isn't such a bad idea, But I'm just more interested in just having that one set maxed out, and that's all I need. I don't care about extras. Matt?
One card that came up a lot in discussion last night, because we had our monthly meetup at the Duke of Brunswick, 6 p.m. last Thursday of the month. If you're ever in Adelaide, yes, I'm talking to you. A Warrior of Peace, like in multiple separate different conversations, he just came up out of nowhere, because he demoralizes, he's got headwinds, and he's got silence. So no matter what they're attacking with, if you're expecting a sort of a multitude of different attacks, at max level, he's got a heap of health, and he minimizes all of those incoming attack types, apart from, say, poison, cripple, those sort of niche ones. But with that much health, if you want to put him next to, say, put him in the back as a sneak magnet to absorb some sneak damage, and also put weapons training there, he can just sit there for several rounds, taking attacks by sneaks while also doing damage himself and minimizing every attack type that your enemy's doing. So he's another good one that I think I'd probably want to move on if I wasn't.
Look at that, $15 for a maxed one. With weapons training, you're right. This card's pretty insane.
Yeah. He's
grab me
reasonably
one.
quick, 5 speed.
I won't be buying anything at the moment, but I'm
Yeah.
actually still selling. I'm selling a few things.
Yeah.
So people have been buying up. People have been getting real bargains from me. I'm happy. Please. I've actually put like reward cards like 20 cents below, and then they always go. People love a good bargain. So
what have you been selling?
Just all sorts of stuff. I don't even know where to check. So just like some little reward cards that I had extras of.
Yeah.
Chaos Legion. I'm unlocking some gold foils now. I'll just slowly offload those because I'm just trying to minimize what I have, because I'm only interested in the one account now.
Yeah.
Because that's all I have enough to actually cater to or to run and service. So the rest to me don't actually matter at the moment.
So
I could
what are
sit
you
on them.
stacking then? SPS or DEC?
I am just gonna stack SPS on the main account just through battles and brawls and all that. But the DEC, I'm just gonna, like I said, I'll sell off and move into like other things that I want to speculate on outside of this ecosystem. And yeah, that's it. I just want to make some moves, where I feel like I just want to do something new again.
Yeah.
Instead of being like locked down in one place, I want to spread my wings a little.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah.
If you because that's a good question, Bob. Geo, if you were to start stacking just one card, what do you think it would be? What captures your imagination where you go, I'd love to have 100 of those?
Whatever has the highest win rate on KeoKiz's Splinter Byte list thing. Cheapest reward card or whatever, but that has the highest percentage of wins. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't be looking for an ability like snipe or blast or
No. I'll just look at what actually has statistics of being the best, most powerful card before the least price, and just.
Okay, so Gio, you just with talking around the stats and that, you mentioned about KeoKiz's stats page. Do you want to bring that up and we'll take a quick look at that for the viewers that haven't seen that before as well?
Yeah, here we go. I'm under monsters, reward, and champion level. I guess that's what most people probably look at, and wild, because I want to get a look at all the cards collectively and how they stack up against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some cards, they don't have the greatest sample size. I guess maybe like in time that'll build up. But yeah, some of them, as you can see, like Warrior Peace, here we go. A 58, so it has a win rate of 717 and a loss of 513, which gives it a 58%, a 0.29%. Yeah, win rate, which that's really high. That's really good.
And I wonder, with that statistic, how many times it is being used with weapons training?
Probably a lot more since weapons training.
Yeah.
You got Almo actually below that. So talking about just win rate on its own, if you're looking at card by card, Warrior Peace actually has a higher win rate than even Almo. Although Almo does have a higher sample size. So maybe that will, even out later. If we go down the list, so you got Nightmare, you got Spirit Miner. It's good. So yeah, Naga Assassin, 54%. Anything below 50% means you're at you have more losses than wins.
50-50.
Yeah. Yeah. And so anything here, rewards, even Bloodmaker. I was like, no, I'm never maxing that card out. Like, I didn't even max it out, but yet here we are with a decent sample rate of a 55.4% win rate. That's actually insane. I actually might have to just max it out for like $2.
I'm pretty sure I've got a maxed gold foil, but I don't really use it.
Look, this is just statistics and bots.
Yeah.
That are basically, define.
One thing I'm guilty of, and this would hurt a genuine cards stats, is I'll find a card that's like winning me battles, and then I'll just overuse it, and I'll put it in teams it shouldn't be in, and then that's going to sink it back down again, right? So falling in love with a card because it's great can actually hurt it, because then you start using it where try to shoehorn in teams where it doesn't belong. So yeah.
It's like me when I maxed my Uriel. I just used it every opportunity that I could. Even with rule sets that didn't favor it. I just loved the card so much.
The good thing is, at least because there's a lot of bots at the moment still running and testing these cards, so you're getting like more of a bot representative over the human one. So this is just taking from what humans have sort of done, and now the bots are just spitting it out, in to build up that sample size to give you a more accurate reading on win rates per card. So that's kind of cool if you want. Yeah. So here we go. This is great. Naga Assassin, 8,000 samples. Like, look at that. 54.5. That's amazing. Like, why wouldn't you? You know?
Is the Jin Chihuahua in there anywhere?
Yeah, so if I go just Control F, I guess we'll go Jin Chua. Jin Chihuahua, 46.93. Yeah, so
Wow, that's.
no,
I'm
it's not
surprised
bad.
that. Yeah, but
It's
it's
normal.
not.
It's
It's
good.
not fantastic. I mean, I love that card.
Again, it depends where you use him, right?
Yeah, maybe I'm the person responsible for it being so low because I use it a lot and
I don't
I lose a lot.
I don't reckon. But yeah, look,
You got to think too. Like maybe if that becomes part of the meta, then whatever breaks it starts beating it consistently, right? And then it falls out of favor. Doesn't mean it was a bad card. It just means that it was so good it got incorporated into a lot of teams, and then opponents had to work ways around it to actually beat it. And then you might still be playing it, believing it's that meta-defining card, whereas it's actually been overcome by some other.
Well, yeah, it's being nerfed by even changes, right? Like changes to abilities, rule sets, card synergies, or later cards that because the card's so good, they had to create a counter because it's too OP, right?
Yeah.
And look at the Dumb Cake.
Like
Dumb Cake Orc, 46.45. That's not bad for a card with 1 life and no scavenge.
Well, again, yeah, and it's got a good sample size, so the bot uses it a fair amount, right?
Yeah.
I think people say like anything, like it's not bad. It's good. So anything above 40, I hear is decent. So yeah, it's worth having, yeah. And RNG, yeah. There's always going to be that element. Maybe if there was less RNG, this whole list will look different.
Yeah.
Right. Especially for the smaller sample sizes. But once you get into like the 8,000, I think it's pretty set in stone that Naga Assassin, for example, I think it's got its
Yeah. Well, double shot and sneak, isn't it? Naga Assassin.
No, it's got speed or whatever you call it. It's got backfire.
She gets angry too, whatever the enrage.
What's the one with?
Well, no, sorry, I'm thinking of
double shot and sneak, isn't that Naga Assassin?
I don't know. Let me look.
No, you're thinking of the one with cripple.
No, this one.
Double sneak and cripple. Yeah, I was thinking of the old like Naga warrior from like ages ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's backfire. I use her a lot. She's 2 mana. She's great.
She's insane. Where is it?
So what's the one I'm thinking of?
You're thinking of got cross swords across like her chest. She does cripple, double strike, and sneak. She's a dragon card.
Yeah, it's a dragon card.
Yeah, backfire and swiftness.
I can picture the one you're talking about, Bob, but I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah. Let me have a look.
And how much is it for a maxed out? $16 for a level 8. And that's actually the lowest BCX on the market too. By 1 cent.
Damfer Infiltrator. That's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah.
Page. Let's go back to.
So is that one you'd stack then, Bob? What's if you've got your like I want to corner the market on something? What's the card that you would dive on? You reckon?
For me, it would definitely be price related, but maybe the Jin Chihuahua. There's so many rule sets where you can use that card, and I think what I'm basing it on mostly is how many times I get wrecked by it.
Yeah.
I think Jin Chihuahua, but it would definitely be like price would be a huge factor for me if I was stacking a card.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm probably going to go with Jin Chihuahua.
I don't think I ever maxed her.
Jin
Yeah, you do
Chihuahua.
get wrecked for
You,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure you did after an episode. We went on about it a little bit, and I think you messaged me afterwards and said, oh, I've just maxed it.
Like even these soulbound ones, man. Like Kra Ox that level 1 with, that's got a 51% win rate. Iziar's 51. Palicore Conjurer is another good one with a good sample size, which is awesome. Tide Biter, look at that, 51. Venari Crystal Smith, so surprising to me. Look at that sample. Like the bot must be using that heaps. 11,000 samples.
So I just looked at Jin Chihuahua, $4.14 maxed at the moment.
Yeah. Very, very low price particularly for an epic and for such a. Yeah, I'm only level 4, so I will have to grab a few more to.
Wow, I thought you actually maxed it after we like plugged
I
it
feel like I did that
one
for a different
episode.
card, but it wasn't this one. So rule set, ability idea I had last night. I think I'd like to hear your take on it first, in case I'm missing something or getting something wrong. But I would like to see a speed leech card ability, where if a card with speed leech hits another card that has more than 1 speed, then the speed of the card that got hit is reduced by 1, and the speed of the card with speed leech increases by 1. I think you'd need to be careful which cards you give the ability to, and maybe which splinters, so that you don't accidentally give a splinter that's got a summoner, something like I don't know, phase, for example, right? And then you get a if you get phase summoner, then you get a card that gets impossibly fast and nothing can ever hit it at all unless they have True Strike. So there might be like some balancing stuff that you got to think about, but it almost be like Bloodlust speeds up cards, sort of be kind of like that, but just for speed, not for health and attack.
Yeah.
And if you could give it to a card that's got backfire, for example, that would obviously be kind of OP. You'd have to compensate by having really low health or something like that. So even if it gets hit once, then that's it. It's game over. But you can get to a point where if you're hitting cards, if you've got a more protracted battle and it's only hitting one target, well, it can only reduce them down to the 1 speed, right? It can't reduce them below 1 speed.
Yeah, just like life
once
leech.
it gets to 1, it can't steal anymore. But if you had, say, Scattershot, where it's hitting different cards each time, then it'd probably be a long time before it actually runs out of speed to leech from the other side. And then you could end up with a card that has like 20 speed and is like nigh on impossible to hit. So I don't know. I feel like that would be a good, fun ability to add to the game.
Yeah. Getting back to stacking, I think Lava Launcher might be another possibility there too. But I think at the moment I would probably go with Jin Chihuahua. Yeah. But it's a no-brainer for ranged only rule sets. Like if it's ranged only, fire's available, that's my go-to. Because you got Tinderlock as well with Last Stand and close range. So yeah, Lava Launcher or Jin Chihuahua, favoring Jin Chihuahua.
Yeah, Lava Launcher. I forgot how to spell lava for a second. Yeah, so I put an R in it. Anywho, yeah, it's got a 49 point. It's just under the 50% mark, which is awesome. It's good.
Yeah.
It's even higher than Pelican Bandit. Mm-hmm.
You know what I enjoy for the ranged only rule set with fire is Yasik, and then a Martyr card with Spark Pixies. So by the time Spark Pixies gets to the front, it can't attack from there, but you've got the 2 speed boost from Yasik, and then you've got speed boost from the Martyr card in front of it, and Spark Pixies are already like insanely fast. So your Spark Pixies can just sit at the front and just dodge everything for ages. It's a great little, I guess, spacer in the middle of your team to protect the heavy hitters at the back.
So if it gets to the front, what's the chances of winning by fatigue? Is someone going to hit it eventually? Like, how much life does it have?
Well, I don't normally put it last. So, I mean, if I put it last, then when it hits the front, then you're just relying on fatigue. But as long as I've got somebody behind him still
Yeah.
damaging their team, then you're probably not looking to get to fatigue, right? Because
Yeah.
otherwise, he's going to get clipped at some point, right? You're probably not going to stay there for 20 rounds without getting hit. But if you can buy 2 or 3 rounds where they just miss each round and you're damaging them in the meantime, especially with scattershot, that can be what turns the tide. So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So shall I open some Gladius packs?
Do it.
Yeah. I got another Cora on my alt account when it ended last season. No, it's okay. Don't feel too bad. That gets it to level 2. So she's been level 1 for a long time on my alt account. So I've now got a level 2 Cora on my alt. Yeah. But let's jump over here and let's have a look.
Oh well. Best of luck.
Yeah. Alrighty. There's a pack of rares. Wow, only one chance out of 8 packs. Only one chance. Okay. Man, the number of times I've like been wrecked simply because I can't hit crash. There's Captain Katie. Only one though. 3 controllers. Yeah, I'll take that. All right, are we feeling the Cora vibes? Are we feeling the Cora vibes?
Yeah.
Yes. There she
I
is.
haven't got one of her in a little while.
Yeah,
Been a while.
and so I got one in my alt as well. I can't remember even how many Coras I've got.
Ooh, look at that.
Not close, but getting there. Getting there. All right. Anyone got anything else?
I need a special skin for Cora, a bridesmaid's dress. Always a bridesmaid, never the bride. Like, I'm just this close.
Yeah. Yeah, my last few epics have all been traps. Haven't even seen a Gorth for a while. Been getting a lot of traps lately, which I don't think I've ever used either. I mean, he doesn't have sneak, doesn't have opportunity, so you can only play him at the front, and he doesn't have that much life. So unless it's like, melee mayhem, it's, yeah.
Well, reach rule set, you could possibly put him in second position behind
Yeah.
somebody fast or tanky. But yeah, he doesn't seem to have much in the way of redeeming. First gold gladiator I got was epic gold trap, and I was like, yes, this is great. And I don't think I've ever used him once or twice, and he just fell over in a heap. So
Yeah.
maybe as he levels up, he gets some redeeming abilities. I haven't even looked for a while. But...
Level 4 gets halving.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that might be worth.
There he is.
Yeah, and then True Strike at max level.
Yeah.
Which is, yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, 6 damage at max level for only 4 mana.
Yeah.
He's going to be one of the, like, if you've got a little league match, he's going to be one of the hardest hitting
Yeah,
options.
but only 5 life though. He can be even a little. He can be gone in 1 round if everyone's hitting him. Like
Yeah.
5 life is nothing really spectacular. Only need 3 of them for level 4. So yeah, only need 3 more for halving.
Yeah, I can't
I
say
think
I've
that
used him effectively, but yeah, he seems okay.
I think the thing is, like, his abilities don't really synergize well with Bloodlust. Like, halving, you hit them and half their damage, right? Like that doesn't improve with Bloodlust. Same as Weaken doesn't improve with Bloodlust. Even True Strike, like if he's getting faster and faster, he's likely to hit them anyway. So I think maybe that might be a bit of a pitfall for him. He's got abilities that are great, but they don't like synergize well with Bloodlust.
Yeah, but his ability, not ability, his skills, like his attacks. I mean, 1 bloodlust, he's hitting for 6 and he's got a speed of 5. So, like you said, put him in reach, 2nd position. Yeah. Maybe he's not as maybe he doesn't suck as much as I first thought.
He doesn't. It's just I haven't seen him being used really that effectively, you know? Oh, I've
Yeah,
never used
I
him.
think I think if he was water and Persibolus could summon him and give
Oh,
him reach and trample, then we'd have a lot more fun with him. But yeah, maybe it's just about finding the right rule set, little league and reach rule set, and yeah, I'll try to remember to use him.
yeah. But yeah, Little League, great hitter. And so just bloodlust once, and then he's almost hard to hit. And at 6 attack, he's going to be taking out anything that doesn't have shields. So a bit of rust maybe, or some shatter. What's the death ranger with shatter? Warden? Or no, no.
Is that a 2 mana? I think there's a 2 mana death card with Shatter ranged.
The one that you're always saying to me, because I got him maxed in gold foil before I had him maxed in regular foil.
Undead Archer.
Ravenhood Warden is the one I'm thinking of, but it doesn't have
yeah.
shatter. Yeah.
Undead Archer, 2 mana, has Shatter.
No, I don't have that though.
It should be cheap. It's an older reward card.
Yeah, there's one. I thought it was death. Maybe it's not death then. It's a death card. It's ranged attack, and it has shatter. Come on, Gio, which one am I thinking of here? Maybe it mustn't be death. Well, if I remove
wait.
rewards.
Are you talking about Ava?
No. Okay, let's take off. You know what really sucks is you can't put, like when you're battling, you can type in the, oh no, you can now, can't you? Ability, yeah, there we go.
Oh, are you talking about the 2 mana with Shatter and Amplify? Wait, you're under Soulbound, right? Like you want to be under Soulbound?
Yes, that's my mistake. Here we go, this one. I knew he was death. This guy, yeah.
Yeah. Wielding warrior.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you put him in, take away the shields, and then you got Trap just smashing at 6, getting bloodlust of it. Next time he's hitting for 7, his speed is 8, unhittable, and just killing everything. I'm keen to try that combination now.
Well, it's low mana. I mean, I like wielding warrior. It's always good to shatter armor.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to try him with trap. I'm keen to
Also,
try that
I'd
now.
like to try him with Weirding Warrior and the level 4 Dark's Death Soulbound card. Which has Inspire as well. So if you go Soulbound now, so with Weirding Warrior, you can leave. I guess you can leave it up, can you? So if you go back to like owns, if you just go Soulbound, yeah. Yeah, Soulbound. There he is, Ravenhood Warden. You'd use Trap. I reckon this is even better for Ravenhood Warden. So you can use Trap with Ravenhood. Are we still talking about Trap? I'm not sure.
Yep. We're still talking about
Yeah.
trap.
So you would probably pair this and that other card as well. So you got Shatter, you get extra armor, and you got Inspire, and yeah.
Yeah. Wow. So
That'd be
with
good
Inspire,
synergy,
that
especially
means he's
with-
attacking with 6 right from the get
6,
go.
and he gets 1 armor, and your whoever. But I guess you'd be attacking seconds anyway with the 2 mana Weirding Warrior. So I guess it's not going to get off its Shatter, but effectively Ravenhood gives it that card the more perks off the bat, like
Yeah, straight away he's attacking for 6.
or 7 max level or close to max.
Yeah. Yeah. So Ravenhood Warden, trap,
Yeah,
and what's that 2
Weirding
mana?
Warrior.
I've forgotten already. Weirding Warrior.
Weirding
Yeah.
Warrior. Or if you even
The-
want to put like a what do you call it? Naga Assassin at the back with the swiftness and a backfire, just to protect yourself from the back, gives it
Naga
extra speed as well.
Assassin's dragon though.
Oh yeah, I know, yeah. But if you
Yeah.
want to like, use a dragon summoner, then you can mix dragon and death, because dragon's, one of the best sort of additions.
Yeah.
I was going to say you could reach. You'd have to use the reach rule set, but or wait for the reach rule set. But there's that new ability that the Rebellion cards have with where you can give the second card gets
Correct.
reach.
Yeah.
So that could. There's that big back guy that doesn't attack, but he
The
gives.
hippopotamus?
Yeah, and he gives the card next to him gives him reach. So that could work if there's one in death.
Yeah. One day, look, I'd be keen to get some Rebellion. Just now's not that time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't have the funds at the moment to be buying
Same.
Rebellion cards. Yeah.
And when you don't have funds, it's not fun.
Yeah, very true. Very true.
We got time for a battle?
We do have time for a battle, unless anyone else has something they want to bring up, like breakfast or lunch or something.
No,
No? All right. Okay, who's battling?
I don't mind.
Okay, go for
I'll
it. You
send
two.
on that.
I'll send you a challenge.
I already have.
You're all over
Already.
it, mate.
I already have, lad. For the first time, the bot has gotten me max level in Diamond 1. Champ 1 now.
You're in Champ
What?
1.
I've maxed the bar. I'm at like 4,400 or something.
Wow.
44, what are we? 4420. So I'm just over. Yeah, max league reached. Again, it's not me. It's the bot. But this is the first time I've seen the bot get me there, and I don't know why. I don't know why. No idea why.
Well, I'm in Champion 2 at the moment, and we have 12 hours left.
It's not like I've bought cards or I've added more cards in the last 2 weeks or 2 seasons past. Nope. It said you declined the challenge, Matt. Are you intimidated or something?
I
Oh,
had something go on at my end. I've just sent you one. Yeah.
oh, he's running
Okay.
away.
Yeah, I didn't. Okay.
Run
I'll
away,
listen.
run away.
Challenge accept. Okay, I've accepted now. What? Specify
No,
challenge has already been. Oh, this is odd, Matt. Something's happening. There's some glitchiness.
Do you want to send me another one? Let's see. I know that was a Monty Python reference, by the way, Bob. You can't
Yeah.
slip past me like that.
Yeah, and I can't even slip in that little clip, run away, because remember the last time we did that? YouTube pulled the whole video for like 3 or 4 seconds of it. Yeah.
Oh, great.
All right, we've got them through. 37 mana, only 5 slots. We got blast and neutrals only. Everything available except dragon.
Man, really?
Brave Sir Robin.
When danger reared its ugly head, Sir Robin bravely turned and fled.
Okay. Oh man. It's just, I mean, it's cool and all.
All right, I'm done. I'm good.
Of course you are. Of course. Unlike you, I am not that good. Not right now. No. Yeah, okay, it's gonna have to do. Yeah, here goes nothing. Bring that up. Ah, right. Okay, let me bring this up. Yep. Share. All right. We seeing this?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'd be able to hit you or really
Yeah,
do
no,
anything.
this
But,
is Matt's.
But if I can, it'd be nice. Well,
Yeah,
let's
I'm
just
just hoping
play.
for the Llama Cube fatigue.
Yeah.
You do have a lot of firepower though, and that blast there really that hurt a lot.
Uh,
Well, so far you haven't failed to hit me, so
come on. Just the miss it. Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't go with the reflection shield in second position though, Matt, with the blast rule set.
He doesn't need it. He's got like magic
Yeah.
reflect potentially if I had magic. I think that's what he was going for as well.
yeah, I kind of wanted to make sure that my team did die too. I know that sounds funny, but so many times when I try the Llama Cube, I accidentally keep my cards alive longer than I mean to. So when I see blast, that's always a chance for me to use Llama Cube because I know that whatever I put behind the cube is going to die.
Yeah.
Which you need to give the cube last stand. You need to make sure everybody else dies. So
Yeah.
that for me is a big focus. Make sure everyone dies.
Mm-hmm.
But I think you'll get me here, Gio. I think you've taken me. I didn't do enough damage to your team before we got to this point.
Yeah.
You've got too much damage output.
Maybe, I don't know.
No, I still think you got it, Matt. Oh wait, no. 22.
I'm only healing for 10 per round. Not like he's going to miss me.
He's hitting for 11, but the misses. Oh no, there you go. It's all over.
Yeah, he's not going to be missing me. So yeah, there's just
Yeah.
too much. When I saw that 4 ranged in the back there, I thought, yeah, that's going to be enough to make sure the damage output is too much for my
Yeah. All right. So if you think that you can do better, hit us up on Discord. If you've got some salt to sprinkle around, you're on your way out, hit us up on Discord. We'll get you on the show. Show us that you can do better. Beat Geo, beat Matt, spread your salt, come join us. And thanks for joining us on 125. We'll see you next week on 126. I'm Boba Fett. Peace out.